Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Dungeons and Dopamine. Hello, welcome to Dungeons and Dopamine. This is episode 97.
Whoa.
I'm Jess.
I'm Bree.
And we're
Here.
Yes. We're gonna go live in a few minutes, but that'll be like old news by the time this is on the world.
Jessica's a little distracted right now doing our social media and figuring out how to go live and just functioning in general. So cut her some slack, okay?
Be nice to me. So the camera's there, by the way.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Keep looking over there and
because that's where we are.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's where we are. We didn't do a test recording, but
it's probably fine.
I'm sure. Otherwise, we just do 97 over again.
This is 97.2.
Let's take clips from this, or we'll voice over.
Ooh.
Oh, we could do a bad dubbing.
Hilarious.
A bad lip reading. We'll have Brighton and Ryan
please.
over our voices. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
They'll dub us.
Yes. I like it.
And
we'd have to make our movements really big just to throw them off. I'm just going to do this the whole time.
I got nothing in my brain. So we're almost to con. That's cool.
Yay!
I'm
2
excited.
more days. Tomorrow we set up.
Yeah,
So it's really here.
it is. And then it'll be done, and
We'll be exhausted.
yeah, and then nothing.
Pretty much. It worked out. So I started my leadership academy with my realtor association on Wednesday. So it was like 9:30 to 5:30.
That's long.
And then today I had to be at the township all day because election is coming up in May and we just got ballots and stuff and it's all like test procedures and stuff the new clerk hasn't done yet. So I was there all day today and then came straight here. And then tomorrow will be more township and then get ready for con and then
Woof.
Saturday is con. So I was warning Zach today. I was like, just so you know, by Sunday I will be dead.
Social battery gone. Energy gone.
I will be burnt out for a week. Thanks.
Yeah. Actually, though, I almost feel like it's been too easy to get ready for con this year.
Same.
And I'm like, we're going to get there to set up and everything's going to be wrong.
Same. Like, I keep feeling that, and I don't know how. I feel like we really overplanned last year because we didn't know.
Because we had no idea, and yeah.
And then today I was like packing up the final things. Like, I had to find the lights and things. And everything fits in this small little rolly cart that I have. And I'm like, why did this seem so hard last year?
Yes.
I must be forgetting something, or I must be missing something. There's something big that I forgot to do. Because
But no.
I'm not stressed out at all.
I think the hardest or the most time-consuming thing was making the slideshow. And it took a while. You can't tell that it took a while.
Oh, I can.
I'm so
There's
disappointed
so many
in it.
Pictures.
Did you find Snake Jazz?
I don't think I did. I'm going to have to watch it more
You'll have
carefully.
to look at it. Yeah. And it's very overwhelming to watch, too.
It is.
So much. It's what? Well, theoretically, it's 180-ish images. Mm-hmm. But technically, some of our topics were like us chit-chatting like this week will be. So it's not quite. But there's
still
a lot of Easter
It's got to
eggs
be
in it.
like 150
It's a
images,
lot.
probably.
I didn't count. Plus, I had some old ones in there, and it was kind of fun to go remember our topics.
Right?
Though. I went through our list. We have like a master list of the episodes, and I went through that and then was like, I don't remember what this means. Like Michigan folklore, basically, or Michigan, like the Dogman mythology or whatever you want to say. I actually wrote it as it was, but brain mush, so no word.
It was like Michigan folk tales or
something like that, yeah. And I was like, aside from Dogman, which I think had his own episode or was part of just a
I think he had his own episode more towards the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, he's obviously one, and he's like a big deal for us, but what else is Michigan folklore? And then I kind of re-listened to the episode, and I was like, oh, There's so much cool stuff.
I've already forgotten at least half of our topics.
Yes.
Like, I go back through my notes and I'm like, I talked about what? That's awesome.
I'm so smart.
So much random stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. And then, yeah, so some of your topics, I would write down something kind of vague, and I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. And I go back and listen. It was so cool. But it was a lot of stuff. But anyways, I got myself way off topic. That was like the biggest, I've got to get that done kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And even that, I was like, if I don't get a picture on here, no one's going to know.
Right. And you still had it done like 2 weeks early.
I did have it done
which is
early.
Impressive.
Because that's how my brain has to work. But yeah, I feel like you're right. And there was a lot more to do last year. Like we had to order the banner because we didn't have anything.
And business cards and stickers. Yeah, that's true.
We had a lot of it already, which is good because I didn't want to spend a fortune.
We invested way more money last year.
Yeah, we
will be honest about that.
Yeah, but we still have cool prizes, and it should be really fun. By the time you hear this, it'll be done.
Yeah.
Hopefully you came to see us.
And if you did, thank you.
And if you didn't, how dare you?
Don't listen to us anymore. Just kidding. Please still listen to us.
Please don't stop
Come see us next year or any other time that you can find us in public.
Yeah. I just
Only
stopped.
in public, though.
I just totally stopped podcasting. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
You're like, I'm bored.
Well,
I'm just going to doom scroll while you finish up.
Can you just hurry up? Move along. I realized that I never finished posting that we were going to go live. So, I'm working on that. Oh, yay. Okay, I don't have to type it. Ryan sent it to me in another format. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dungeons and Dopamine. I'm here. Bree's here. We're podcasting.
Carla's here. Ryan's here.
Everyone is here.
Don't you wish you were here?
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Not me. It's a song. In case you haven't heard it.
Thank you. I was not sure.
What's up?
Hey. You come here often?
I try not to. But every day, yes.
Not to.
Yes, at least once every day. Even on the weekends, because I play video games.
True. How's your video game going?
Wonderfully, as always. It's not been, I haven't streamed it much. Ryan and I have streamed Destiny, and last time we tried to stream it went really badly because we couldn't make it work. And so, he's also on Twitch now. Argyle Pigeon Productions.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Our producer has a Twitch.
Yeah.
And we have a Twitch. We're very technological savvy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was going to make a comment and then couldn't think of one. So I just sat here like this for a minute. So like with my sarcasm face, and nothing came to my brain. So I just stared at you like this.
I can't wait for that clip.
Yeah, the clips have been great.
They have been.
Oh, sorry. Y'all are
I
gonna
thought
hear
that
Hank.
was outside. I was like, that is a weird bird, man.
It's Hank. It's not Birdman, it's Dog Man.
Thanks, Hank.
Hank Man?
Hank Man. Hank.
I'm in.
Dog the Hank Man?
Dog the Hank Man.
Dog Man? Dog the
I like
Hank
Dog
Man.
the Hank Man. Mm-hmm. Like Dog the Bounty Hunter. But instead he hanks.
Seems fitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
We'll have to ask Hank what a Hank does so that we know what
we
Dog
probably
Man
don't
the Hank
want to know.
It's fair. Fair enough. There is a clip.
That would have to be in Dungeons and Dopamine After Dark for sure.
Right. He did say we should do it. So, my uncle has been in and out of the hospital. When my mom called, I was worried that it was about that. I texted her to let her know we were recording in case it was about that. So
we could talk about the time he brought us to a wrestling match.
Absolutely. Or the time that I tried to give you whiplash.
Yeah.
Because he took us there too.
Yep. Or totally unrelated. That time I almost gave you whiplash. I only think about that anytime I'm near go-karts.
To give you, like, you'll never go on a go-kart again because of me.
Zach's like, will you please ride go-karts with me? And I'm like, no. The trauma, the memories.
You put a neck brace on and a helmet and...
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I just didn't hit the brake.
You were like, This will just stop.
I need to slow me down. Object in motion stays in motion until it doesn't.
Yep, that was essentially how it went.
I was doing a science experiment. You should appreciate that.
Learned a lot about physics that day.
And friendship.
That could be the name of our next show. Physics and Friendship.
Okay, but like, so this show, we've talked about Dungeons and Dragons plenty, but not like a lot. Like you might assume by our name.
Right.
I think that Physics and Friendships, we would talk about physics even less.
I'm not even sure physics was the right branch of science for the objects in motion that remained in motion. Is that a physics thing?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I believe you, if nothing else. So we're on, like...
All right, we're totally right.
enough.
Yeah, we've got this. Would we spell it like you're supposed to? Like P-H-Y-S-I-C-S?
I think we should spell it with an F. Physics. F-Y.
So it matches friendship? Otherwise, we have to spell friendship with a P-H.
And that's just ridiculous. No, I like friendship and physics. Physics. With a F.
Yep, perfect. Write it up. I'm in. Let Ryan know he's going to have a new show to edit. He's going to be stoked.
He's going to love it. And it's just really going to be this show. Again. I wonder if anyone's ever done that. Just like put out a podcast and then put out the same podcast but with a different name.
We should try it.
Right? I mean, really all that we would have to do is make a whole nother, like, where do we stream all the time? Everywhere? YouTube? I could look at the list. Which, by the way...
Anywhere you stream podcasts.
We don't say Spotify specifically because, one, they stopped paying us.
Right? Just before we made it
like
big.
42 cents and then they stopped.
Jerks.
I don't even know if we made 42 cents. We probably made like 12. And
Negative
then,
8.
Like, you owe us money. And then there's so many other places to stream. So we were like, well, we can't. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on about this. I have to post this.
We are doing great, you guys.
I typed lice instead of live.
Well, maybe not.
The nice thing about this being our podcast is that if I misspell something, I don't care. I'm a little like, aw, man.
But it's not like if it's your
Work.
day job.
Yeah, which I have spelled things wrong and been like, oh no, and I've had to like go fix it really quick. No, this is ours, and I'm like, yeah, people, I mean, if they listen, they know I can't do anything. So
they should be used to this by now.
Physics with an F. All right.
So we're going to go live after this episode and talk about Comic-Con. But for this episode, we are going to cover some Dear Abby letters.
Because we give great advice.
We give the best advice. And
unless I'm shopping with you.
No, that is still the best advice. I always come home with the coolest things.
I never regret.
My credit card might, but I don't regret.
Between the go-karting and the brakes are for suckers. I'm so sorry. So sorry for who I am. And yet I show up every week or so. Yeah, right?
I keep coming back 97 episodes later.
You know, I should remember that.
This is like the longest commitment I've ever had in my entire life. Never mind the fact I've been married for 12 years almost.
No, we've been besties for 30.
Yeah.
So.
And we've done a weekly podcast for almost 2 years now. That's a lot.
I think it is a lot. I think I just put join us as the title of this video for YouTube. And I think that sounds sort of creepy.
You should then link our cults episode.
Yes, I should.
Join us.
Join us. One of us. Okay, anyway. I'm so sorry.
You should be.
I am really distracted by letting people know we're going live.
Being our social media marketer is a tough job. I'm just impressed that you're still doing it.
Me too.
And that you've learned so much about how to do it.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. If I didn't have Ryan, I wouldn't be able to do this much, but we won't tell him that, as we've agreed before.
Right. And we won't let him hear this.
No.
When he's editing.
I have a clip. I'm sorry. This is not a Dear Abby moment.
That's fine.
I have a clip of you telling me that you pay Ryan, because I was like, I don't know why he loves me. But you said it as I took a drink of Red Bull. And so I have a clip entitled, Ryan, listen to this, spit take. It's very long, so I either have to edit it down or we're just going to have to post a really long clip.
Right.
And at this point, I've probably just committed us to the clip.
Yeah,
but
you have to now.
I have
In
to
fact,
now.
if you could do it right now.
Absolutely. I'll be back. I actually have the mouse right here. I can control everything.
And just work on it from here. Long distance video editing.
It'd probably stop our recording, or
Right.
like the audio would record over our audio. So we're back to dubbing.
Perfect. We're doing fine.
This is easy peasy.
We're so good
Lemon
at this.
squeezy. I thought about taking a picture every time I edit, because I always end up with me like making some kind of face. Because apparently I have a very expressive face.
What? I've never noticed.
I wish someone would have told me. But I think
I'm pretty sure I did, but it was back in like 5th grade. You just don't remember.
I just don't remember. And I didn't care back then. But I think I should take screenshots of them and then put them all in a slideshow for everyone to enjoy.
It'll be a Patreon level.
Yeah.
You get a
faces
slideshow of
of
Jessica's
Jessica.
face.
I'm in. Yay, I shared. Okay, I'm
job.
done and I'm going to focus on you now. Yes. And them.
Them. Welcome. Come this way.
One of us.
Join us. Well, that'll be creepy for you later.
That's going to be a clip. That's going to be a clip at the beginning of our show. I'm trying to come up with a new intro. Like, I love our song. It's still going to be a part of it.
Okay, thank you.
But I want to make it bigger.
Bigger.
We're so dumb.
Yep.
Physics.
Physics and friendship.
Oh, physics and fish. Forget friendship. I just really like fish.
Okay, I'm in, I guess.
I appreciate that you just let me choose that for us.
Which means I chose physics.
You love science.
Does that mean I have to be the physics person and you're the fish person? I'm gonna get like an Albert Einstein wig and thicker glasses.
Please do. That'll be con next year. I'm gonna get one of those old school like diving things that's like absurdly heavy and made of like glass and lead.
I'm gonna breathe it in and lick it all day.
I did release the licking clip today. Everyone knows my New York antics now.
Why we got asked to
I
leave.
can't go back. That's why I really didn't go to con, not because it cost money.
Nope. It's because you've been asked not to come back.
Please stay out of New York, man. New Jersey doesn't want you there either.
If you could just stay away from the east side of the country, that would be for the best. Thank you.
I hope Maine will accept me. They have whales. They have fish.
That is true. I do really want to go to Maine.
I do too.
we
I
go
want
to
a whale
Maine?
watch. Yeah.
Sweet.
If we go, we could do our podcast on a whale watching boat. Or we could just like go and take pictures and then share them with people. With them.
No, with them. No, we have to do an episode while we're there so we can write it off on our non-existent taxes.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
For this business that we've created.
Yeah.
That makes no money, by the way, government officials.
Not a penny.
There is no money to be taxed here.
I wish we were lying.
Right? fact, if you looked at our books, you would owe us money.
Would appreciate if you'd stop doing that to me. Thank you. Let's move this show on the road.
Right. We are here for a reason.
We
have a place to be around 6:30. I mean, it's still right here, but
literally right here.
Things to do, okay?
We got a thing to do once.
So, if you are not familiar with Dear Abby, these are like
Where
they're
have you
asking
been,
for
first of all?
advice about situations or like etiquette related stuff, kind of like how should I behave in this situation or how do I handle this situation. So you can just get online and find like years and years and years of archived Dear Abby.
Dear Abby
questions.
used to be a newspaper
Yes.
thing. You used to have to write into her physically on a piece of paper, and she would respond to you in several weeks later, the newspaper.
And you would have to just read every week to see if she covered your question. And now it's like a daily thing online. And it's not the original Abby anymore. It is, I believe, her daughter.
Yeah, I assume at least one generation has gone. I feel like maybe two Abby generations are gone. Yeah. She gives pretty good advice. I'd say she's a little bit, I want to say like the Southern manners kind of thing. She has a little bit more, she's a little bit more of a stickler for that kind of stuff than I feel like I would be.
Did you, when you were finding your questions, did you also record her answers or just the question?
I did both.
Cool, me too.
Because I wanted to share our answers, and then I thought we could, even if we don't read it, maybe summarize what Abby said, or like she agreed with us or she was completely opposite of us. So.
Yes. I'm going to start with this one, and you'll know why. It says, Dear Abby, I'm a college sophomore, and my roommate Sal is driving me crazy. She talks down to me when we're in a group. She'll hijack my conversations and answer for me, even though I'm standing right there. I'm not the only person who feels this way. Sal talks down to everyone. A large group of us went out to dinner, and Mike was goofing off. She told him to sit still and use his indoor voice. She was completely serious. She also tries to intimidate us physically. She shoves the guys around, and if the girls annoy her, she stands up as tall as she can, looks down her nose at you, and announces, I can eat you. At one point, she pinned me to my bed and tried to shove food in my mouth because she didn't believe I ate enough. The few times we've tried to talk to Sal about this, she became defensive and stormed out as she snarled that we are all immature and should grow up.
I think your friend slash
Roommate,
yes, thank you, is abusive.
and a psycho.
Yep, you should not have to be friends with them, and I would go to the school and say, she pinned me to my bed and force-fed me. No, get her out of here.
And if it's some other sort of living situation, like figure out how to get her off the leash.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she's obviously not willing to listen.
Right.
And she obviously doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. And from experience, those people don't tend to change.
No. Nope. Even if you give them several chances and years to grow up, they don't change. They still remain
aggressive and rude.
Yeah. And talk down to you because they will always think they're better than you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know exactly why you chose that answer. Did you know, or not answer, that letter. Do you know what Abby...
It was around the same
same
advice. Just like you need to set a hard boundary. You need to like find a way to get away from her or get her out of the situation. And
it's really,
I think there might have been like a talk to her again step first.
Sure.
But at this point, like if she's that physical with you,
yeah, that's kind of scary. Or have, I don't know, a police officer or something involved. Like she's physically attacked me before.
Right.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Ugh. Ugh. Why do people act like that? So this next one here. So yes, good choice. And it's harder. I think it's actually harder for me to make, like, the talking to them might be a good choice, but it's harder for me to say yes to that because I feel biased.
Right.
So it's an interesting thought.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. This one's interesting. So I tried to pick ones that really didn't affect, like I've never been in these situations.
Okay.
Dear Abby, I have been an amateur astronomer for 25 plus years. I always go meteor watching as well as observe any celestial event. This year I invited my brother-in-law and his wife to watch a meteor shower with my husband and me. Should be my husband and I, but that's fine. Since we both have campers, I reserved and paid the deposit for 2 camping sites at a nice location, close to some of the best night skies. The reservations were made more than a month ago. My sister-in-law, who I dearly love and have been good friends with for more than 20 years, called me yesterday to let me know my brother-in-law had invited 3 of their preteen granddaughters. Abby, I thought they understood it would be an adult event, as we'll be up half the night and traveling 30 minutes to get to the dark sky site. I do this every year. I told my sister-in-law that brother-in-law should have asked me first, since I invited them and made all the arrangements for this event. We talked on the phone for 90 minutes before I told her my brother-in-law was wrong for not asking me first if it was okay. Moments after we hung up, she texted me and said to cancel their reservation because they would not be attending. We are driving 90 miles to this campsite. They live 30 minutes from it. Was I wrong to tell her I should have been asked first, since I am the hostess for 2 nights and 2 days?
How old were the granddaughters?
Preteens. So that, to me, signifies maybe between 10 and 12?
Yeah.
10 to 12?
I mean, on one hand, yes. If somebody else set up the whole trip, like a courtesy of, hey, would you mind if if 3 extra people tag along? That's just common courtesy.
Right.
But on the other hand, 3 preteen girls that want to come hang out for this astronomy event and like want to see shooting stars, that's awesome. Like, why would you not want them there?
Exactly. I feel like it could have been a really big learning experience for them. I could see if she somehow knows, which she didn't mention, so this is like presumptuous on my part, if she knew that they didn't have any interest in this and they just wanted to like giggle and be obnoxious. You and I going on that event when we were preteens would have been obnoxious.
Right. Absolutely.
Been like, aliens!
There they are!
And then tried to put on like nail polish as makeup.
Probably. Not that we ever did that.
No, that would have been stupid. I should just keep turning my chair far. Back of our heads eventually. So yeah, I don't think we have enough information to make a good...
Like, why did the brother-in-law reach out? Like, did their parents call and say, hey, we really need someone to take the girls this weekend? You know, their grandma is having heart surgery or something. And they're like, oh, absolutely, we're going on a camping trip. We know the girls really like astronomy and we'll, like, help them find constellations and we'll see shooting stars. Like, that would be amazing. But you still ask.
Yes. And I think the thing that makes it harder is that they're preteens, so I wouldn't bring a 5-year-old on that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Unless I could guarantee they were in bed by the time we went to do that. But then they're not at their camper to watch it sounds
right.
like. So, or maybe they can leave the preteen girls at the camper.
Yeah.
Like you and I would have
11, 12 years old.
Watching movies in
Put
the
a
camper.
movie, yeah.
But
and yeah, I wouldn't, like, 2 or 3 years old, I would have been like, oh, absolutely not.
Right.
Like, that's not something you bring a kid that age to. Or even if they were, like, 17, I'd be like, is that really, like, unless they're super interested in space. But I really feel like preteen might be just the right age to bring them and, like, expose them to this and show them how awesome it is at an age where they might still be excited about it.
Right, yes. And it doesn't, maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't say that she asked, will they stay at the camper while we go look, or are they interested? Will they come along?
Right. And it's a whole weekend. Like, are you only going out one night for the star watching? Right. And so the girls are going to have this amazing camping trip with their grandma and grandpa otherwise.
Right.
And then, like, it's just going to be a weird couple hours one night where you go watch some stars.
And do you keep it, like, is this a sacred thing to you? Is it, like, that you keep it very quiet, that you really like to, I don't know, feel respectful, or...
Right, you have, like, a...
meditation-y type time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, I can see both sides.
Yeah.
And I do think it's, if you planned an event and you were like, hey, you want to come to this event? I just wouldn't assume I could invite other people.
Right. And we, like, Zach and I go camping every year with groups of people. But there's always still to some extent, like, hey, we're also going to invite this group of people, and or hey, this is where we're going to be this weekend. This is our campsite. Show up if you want to show up, and invite people if you want to invite people. But get your own campsites, and maybe we'll see you.
Right.
That's, yeah. I don't know. That's a good one.
It's a good one. It was tricky for me when I read it not to just make a quick, I don't know, judgment. It was a tough one.
What did Abby say about it?
She said that your brother-in-law should not have done this, but also if you ever get the opportunity in one of these girls or preteens, I shouldn't say girls, I assume girls because we're girls.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're ever interested, maybe you should consider bringing them to teach them. And I thought, okay,
yeah,
I can see that.
I like this one because I feel like this could be in our future.
Uh-oh.
Dear Abby, my 13-year-old daughter Dina is in the same grade as her friend Amanda. Amanda has a sister, Barb, who turned 15 last month. Amanda told my daughter that Barb's 16-year-old boyfriend has been sneaking in Barb's bedroom window several nights a week for a while now, after her mother and stepfather have gone to bed. Amanda also confided that Barb told her that her and the boyfriend do have relations. I am not close to the mother and stepfather, although I do run into them at school functions. I wouldn't begin to know how to approach the parents and tell them what I know. Should I be concerned with what's happening? Should I keep this to myself or let them find out the hard way?
Oh, that's so tough.
Yeah.
I think I automatically, first thought is you need to tell the parents. Like, sorry to be the buzzkill for a couple of kids, but there's so much danger that you don't know. And I mean, if he's sneaking in the window, who's saying she's not sneaking out the window? There's so many things that can get you into trouble.
And at that age, it is our responsibility to parent our children.
Yes.
Even when they're
we're
16.
Still there, for sure.
So, I guess this is me saying, if you find out when Connor is a teenager that he is making questionable decisions, I hope you'll tell me.
Same.
Same. Gosh, it would be horrifically awkward to have to go to someone you didn't know very well and be like, like Carly's friend.
Yes.
Like if you had to go to one of her friend's parents and say, hey, and not even like, hey, I heard this about your daughter who I know and have spent time with and care about, but I've heard this about your other daughter that I don't even know.
Right. Your daughter's sister.
Right. And I mean, obviously I'd feel very comfortable coming to you and being like, hey, Connor told me that Carly told him that this is happening. Like, you might want to
see you being like, Carly, what is going on?
Right.
Why would you make those choices?
Knock it off. Let's go tell your mom.
Exactly.
But what if they're not a safe parent? Like,
right.
What if you tell on this girl and her dad is actually abusive and the boyfriend has been sneaking in and like comforting her after she gets abused that night? Like, it's hard to know what you're walking into, but at the same time, I hope somebody would tell me.
I would rather know and be uncomfortable with the fact that someone found out through someone than to find out when she tells me she's having a baby.
Exactly. And again, because if Connor is making those decisions, I want to be like, there's this random box of condoms that I just placed in your bathroom.
Right.
Just in case.
Here's a book about pregnancy.
How awful babies are.
Let's watch Teen Mom.
Would you like me to tell you how terrible you were as a baby again?
I have this 3-hour video of you crying.
It's just this compilation I made of all the videos of you crying from the time you were born until now. Actually, I'm going to work on that. That sounds like a great birth control video.
Like, hand that's like a clip, so you can clip it to his ear so that you know how you felt for the first 3 years of his life.
All you'll have for the next 3 years is someone doing this every moment of every day.
Yeah, my immediate thought is tell. You're right, like it's good to think, what do we know about this family? What do we know about this parent? I do also want to be a safe place for my kids and her friends.
Yes.
I don't want to be the parent who's gonna like tell on them, but at the same time, it's not because I want to be like the cool mom, like in Mean Girls.
Right.
The cool mom.
You can come party here, girls.
Exactly. I want to be the safe space where if they were having a problem and they didn't feel comfortable telling a parent, and I want Carly to have that too, so she can go to you and say,
please.
I don't know how to tell my mom this. Can you help me or whatever?
I'll be like, sure, we'll text her right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me get in a go-kart. Follow her around.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I have another tough one. This one, Abby's answer. Well, let me just read it to you. Dear Abby, I've been in a relationship with a man for the last 5 years. Julian came into my life after my husband passed. He is 65, I'm 45. Julian has 2 grown daughters, 36 and 27. The older one and I get along famously. Amber is somewhat immature. She has 2 small kids and she's her dad's perfect, precious, can do nothing wrong daughter. The unvarnished truth is that Amber is a snotty, judgmental woman who thinks she's better than everyone. Because Julian wasn't there growing up, or while she was growing up, his guilt makes it especially hard for him to see her for who she is. Amber and I do not care for each other, and the cracks are starting to show. She is becoming a bone of contention in the relationship. I cannot stand how she uses guilt to manipulate her dad. He's always a caring father and a good provider, if not always there physically. I am at my wit's end. She's driving a wedge into an otherwise good relationship. When I try speaking with Julian, he will hear nothing against her. I get that it's his kid, but I'm sick of her. The worst part is when she plays it off like she's innocent and perfect. Any advice?
Ooh, I don't think there's enough information there.
I completely agree.
Like, is she... I need some examples of bad behavior, because maybe you're just being an evil stepmom.
Honestly, and, okay, let me tell you Abby's
Okay. Mm-hmm.
response, and then I'll share my reaction. Abby said, yes, I do have some. As you stated, in Julian's eyes, his little girl is perfect and precious. You are not going to win this battle, so start backing off and find a new direction or a new boyfriend. Please accept my sympathy. I have the problem, because Reddit exists, and there are so many forums of, like, mother-in-laws, narcissistic parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing devil's advocate almost immediately when I read this post.
Same.
Also, there is a 20-year difference between him and her. She does not know what he was like at 45. He might have been a horrible dad.
Right.
He might have been completely not there, and Amber, I think it was, might hate his guts and be playing into it just to get what she can. Not that I'm saying that's okay.
Or
but
if he has, like, a habit of dating much younger women, and this is just another woman in a string of women that have tried to, like, burst into her life and parent her or make her be respectful to them or throw around whatever weight they think they have over a person who's only 10 years younger than her.
Right.
Like...
If it is exactly as the letter writer says it is, I agree with Abby. Like,
yeah,
get out. You're not going to win this fight. Or accept it and just live with it.
Those are, and really those are your options. You can never, as a step parent or somebody in that type of relationship, walk into somebody's parent-child relationship and try to change things.
And if you try, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You should stop.
And it's never going to work out in your favor.
Right.
Because you haven't been there for all the fights and all the tension and whatever games are playing into this relationship and the dynamic, and who knows, like you said, who knows how he was when she was a young child, or what he actually did or didn't do for her.
Exactly.
You know, maybe the older daughter likes her more because the older daughter got treated better.
Right.
Or the other daughter is just more well-adjusted to, you know.
Or she's a people pleaser and she's just pretending.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things, and I agree, like, because I automatically play devil's advocate, I'm like, yeah, but what if Amber is actually the normal one in this situation, and you've come in and you've started making demands of this man that are unreasonable, and Amber can see that you're doing that and dislikes you for it.
Yeah.
So,
like, 65, he's 2 years away from retirement. Is this woman, like, coming in to swoop in on all of, like,
yes,
this easy lifestyle he's about to go into? And
I'm almost 40. I can't imagine dating someone who's 60.
That's my dad's age, basically.
My
Like,
parents,
I mean, he's a little bit older than that, but
my parents just retired, and that's about their age.
I don't want to date anybody that, like, my dad could go to the bar with and, like, talk about the old times together.
Yeah. No.
Hey, remember when we were in high school back in 1975?
Yes, exactly. I do still, like, I know that age gaps change significantly as people get older.
And some age gap relationships are great.
Yes.
Great, grand, wonderful. It works for them for whatever reason. It's awesome.
And I know that a man in his mid-20s is never going to want to date a teenager for any reason other than
nefarious purposes.
Yes. And that changes as they get older. I know that a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old are very different than a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old or an 18-year-old and a 28-year-old. But I still think 20 years at 45 and 65 is pretty big.
Those are wildly different life stages.
Very. He's approaching done raising his children.
And about to retire.
Yeah.
And you're like in the middle. You're in the thick of it. You've got 20 more years to work. I mean, unless they're rich people and can retire early. And yeah, potentially like could still be raising children or still have children accidentally.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
Can you imagine?
Really itchy.
Yeah, nope, I don't trust her. I think it's her problem.
That one was really tricky for me.
This one we've talked about before, but I like to cover it, and I liked Abby's answer. It says, I was recently informed that my teenage granddaughter is identifying as a boy. She has a male name she prefers and wants people to refer to her using he, him pronouns. Her parents are supportive to a point. Her mother uses her preferred name and pronouns. Her father supports her using this name and pronouns in school and elsewhere, but at home he will still use her birth name and pronouns. He has apparently told her this, and she accepts the situation. My wife agrees with the child's father. I do as well, but I want to maintain a relationship with my granddaughter. In the past, we have mostly communicated via text or by mail. I haven't seen her in person in many years except for a short drive-by visit during COVID. I'd like her to know I love her and I hope she has a wonderful future, but I am incredibly sad about this situation. How do I reach out to her? What do I say? And Abby's answer is reach out to your grandchild as you always have via text or mail using his preferred name. Instead of being sad, be glad he is able to authentically express who he really is. There is much discrimination against transgender people of every age, so continue letting your grandchild know he is loved and accepted by his grandparents. And then a link to PFLAG for more information. And I just wanted to applaud her answer for that. Just very, regardless of what the dad is choosing to do, just accept your grandchild as they want to be accepted and move on with your life. If you want to love them, then love them. But love them in the way they want to be loved.
Yeah, I like that. I would add be a safe place for them and be grateful that they're alive to tell you.
Right. And why are we splitting hairs over what a child chooses to be called when they're, whenever age they are? When you were 7, you wanted to be a Dalmatian when you grew up.
My daughter thinks that's the weirdest thing.
I don't know if we were actually 7 at the time. Maybe we were a little younger, but still.
I hope I was 7.
And
explain a lot.
And I'm sure your parents were just like, okay, Jessica, good girl.
Good dog.
And nobody thought twice about it. And now if a kid did that, they'd be like, oh my God, they want a litter box at home.
Yeah.
And I just, let kids find their boundaries and let kids test the waters and give them a safe space to figure out who they want to be. And if they choose to be a different gender or they choose to do something along those lines, maybe it'll stick forever and maybe it'll be a phase that they go through for a little while. But wouldn't you so much rather your kid just knew you supported them through each stage of that versus yeah, it turns out I wasn't trans, but
I just
you still ruined, you still destroyed me. Yeah.
What if they don't want the relationship with you anymore because you weren't there when they needed you the most?
Yeah. And it's such an easy thing to do. Just love your kid.
Right.
It's that simple.
And I could see it could be tough. I know someone who went through the transition, not physically, but I guess emotionally and mentally, and with their family and friends, and it's very difficult to stop using the dead name, and there's some confusion in how to refer to them in the past and that kind of stuff, and I think that's normal.
Yeah.
And anytime you mess up, you apologize and you move on and
just do your best.
They're not upset because you're trying.
Right.
I can see that in you. But, that is a great, because I would not have expected Abby to say that.
That's because you go next, but there was one before that I'll read next where I thought she was very judgy about some things.
All right. Dear Abby, you'll know why I picked this one. How do I politely tell people I don't like having anyone visit me in my home? My home is my safe haven. The energy of the outside world drains me, and I don't want that feeling inside my home. This includes family members, friends, neighbors, church family, and anyone else who might come knocking on my door. I have anxiety and some unresolved trauma I'm working through that contributes to this. I'm happy to meet in public or in their home if they're comfortable with it. My family cannot understand why I'm like this. They think I have a right... They think they have a right to my space simply because we are family. I don't mind anyone thinking I'm weird, but how do I respond without feeling like I need to explain myself? Oh my gosh, sorry, that was a tough one to get through.
Jessica forgot how to speak. Did you write that to ask me not to come over anymore? You were like, dear, you wrote to Abby and then suggested doing this podcast episode just so you could read it.
Abby said, tell that bitch to go home.
Abby said, Bree, go home. Leave Jessica alone. She doesn't want to do the podcast anymore.
I don't think you're a bitch, by the way.
Thank you.
I was just using that as a fun word. Like, let's go, bitches. Anyway, no, I do actually like having people come here. I also like them having a time where they can leave.
Right.
And you're different because you don't drain my social battery so fast as other people.
It takes like a whole weekend for me to drain Jessica's social battery.
Yeah.
Mostly because at a certain point at night, we're both like, okay, bye. Gonna go hang out in my room by myself.
I gotta go do not do stuff.
Gonna go stare at this book.
I'm gonna go take a bath in the clawfoot bathtub. That was so cool.
It was.
Distracted. Abby
yes,
said,
sorry.
Don't let them make you feel defensive, and just let them know. You know, just let them know what you told me, and that's fair. I don't mind people coming over, so I can't relate.
I don't
so
have
much.
that many people fighting to come to my house.
No, I don't. Well, I wonder if they live in like a little neighborhood where their neighbors are stopping by.
They
chit-chat.
must.
That bothers me.
Or like super invasive family members. Like, I love my in-laws, but they, especially when we first got together, like we had to set some boundaries about.
Yeah.
You know, you at least have to let us know before you come over.
Yep.
And for a while, it was even like, no, you need to check with us ahead of time and get permission because you have to just stop showing up like this.
If my dad hadn't married my mom, that's how he would be.
Yeah. Just unannounced, show up.
Yeah.
But besides that, I can't imagine having any friends or family where if I was like, no, I just don't really like having people at my house, that they'd push it.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
I guess we just have really nice people in our lives.
We do. It's true. I do, like, I haven't lived in neighborhoods where they've got sidewalks going around to friendly houses, but I have lived in, like, closer neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And I did not like, if I was out in my yard, my neighbor coming over to chit-chat. Like, and I know that sounds rude, and it's not because I don't like people, it's just because I like my time.
Right.
I don't have a lot of free time, so when I was out in my garden or out with my dog, I wanted that time for me. Sorry. I'm done with my rant.
I think I don't really fit into the conversation really well, because I think the way that we live in the house we live in, it just makes people think they shouldn't come over anyway. Dear Abby, my beautiful wife turned 41 a couple months ago. Since then, she has had extra piercings in her ears and has taken to wearing thumb rings, toe rings, and ankle bracelets. Yesterday, she pierced her navel. I'm embarrassed for her. We have a 13-year-old daughter who is also embarrassed for her. How do I tell Doreen she looks silly? Doreen is the wife, sorry. And Abby's response is, your wife's fetish brings new meaning to the term heavy metal. It shouldn't be necessary to give her a lecture. Just walk in carrying a powerful magnet. That should send a message. I was so personally offended by Abby's response, even though I don't have any piercings anymore.
I hope she's being sarcastic. I hope she thinks that he's trolling her, and that is a troll answer.
I hope so.
Because she just turned 41. That is difficult for a woman, and
but also not that old.
No, not at all.
It's not like a 70-year-old woman, which even then, like, go for it, Grandma.
My mom at 55 was considering getting a cartilage piercing.
Yeah.
Because I had my whole ear down.
I hope your mom does.
Right?
She should.
She should. I should talk to her about it again. Anyway.
That's as soon as Connor stops touching my ears, I'm gonna get all of the piercings.
Yes, I love my ear piercings. I even have stretched some of the cartilage ones hurt too much. I can't keep stretching them, but I've stretched my ears, and I think it's cool. I still have no problem with it. I don't have a problem seeing it on anybody. It's so normal nowadays that I don't even think twice.
And then to comment, she suddenly started wearing toe rings and ankle bracelets, what?
And maybe you're not making her feel like she's
Yeah, obviously she's going through something. She wants attention. She wants, comments on her appearance, probably, if she's changing that much. But also, maybe she just hit 41 and decided to do some reckless safe reckless.
Right. I mean,
more power to her.
Maybe have a conversation with the 13-year-old of,
we don't judge.
It's fine. Mom's she's getting her ears pierced. There's nothing wrong with it. People get their ears pierced.
Yeah. She's expressing herself. She likes the way she looks. She'd be
embarrassed if her mom had her ears pierced or not. So.
She's embarrassed by her mom in general.
Oh, yeah, that one annoys me. I hope, because of the rest of her answers being so normal, I feel like...
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Because I was personally offended. And then I brought it back together because I did find the trans one after that.
Right.
And she was so level-headed about that and, such a good progressive answer for that. And then to be so weird about piercings and ankle bracelets.
Right. Yeah, that's... Hopefully it's a troll. I do remember, because I actually used to read it a lot. I used to read it every day. And I would go into the archives and read them and stuff. And I remember thinking, that's a troll answer. Mm-hmm. Because that's a troll question. So hopefully that's the case. Oh, hey, we have to close this.
Nope. Straight into live.
Anyway. Dungeons and Dopamine Podcast. This was Dungeons. That's all it says. Dungeons and Dopamine Podcast.
We sure are.
The end. This has been Dungeons and Dopamine Podcast.
You can listen to us anywhere you stream podcasts, and even on YouTube.
You can support us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/DungeonsDopamine.
Find us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and even Twitch and Discord.
Woo! You'll see us on Twitch in 2 minutes.
Yeah!
You can reach out to us on any of those social medias or at dungeonsdopamine@yahoo.com.
Dungeons and Dopamine is edited and published by Argyle Pigeon Productions. That was extra impressive this week.
Thank you. I'm really focused. And that's all.